think I want more energy. I think I want more energy. Buying things through the web shop is always optimal in terms of amount of stuff you get for amount of money you spend. This isn't active yet. I want to get Kid Omega down, I think. They are not doing stat packs for buying on the web shop. You just get a variant. I'll be surprised if they go back to doing the stat pack. They might every now and then. I don't know. They could still be doing A/B testing, but the fact that they did a month with a stat pack, did a month without a stat pack, and now we're getting another month without one implies to me that I shouldn't expect there to be more of them moving forward. I would be surprised personally. Yeah, I just don't think we have remotely enough numbers here. I can, like, get Sage back in the center. But that just, like, dies to Analia. I'll spew a couple keeps to start. Well, I wasn't expecting them to contest the left. Do we beat that? I think we're a little short, yeah. No? Question mark? Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky. I don't actually know how big Null was. Was 28 beating Null? It might have. I guess it would have been 30 if they'd have played Null here as well, yeah. Giant Man Santa's large. He was very big. That wasn't an ideal start for us, and we still got over 20 in 2 spots, so not terrible. Like Kid Omega out. Three for 3 playing into regular Destroy to start the season. Marvel stat players continue to remain undefeated in being the least creative deck builders in any card game I've ever played. Oh, I spoke too soon, Birdman. I apologize. Look at that. Some Moira Victoria hand stuff. Oh, Kid Omega's much worse post-court, isn't he? Are they planning to get rid of Eternal's Arc? Why are we... You think they're gonna quake? It's an interesting thought. Elixir mid. I mean, Elixir and Zombie Scarlet Witch is just better than Elixir mid. Elixir mid doesn't revive anything. Victory. My opponent has realized their mistake. Okay. Was that a Hub Agatha they just discarded? Is Cam a human? Cam is not a human. Okay, cool. Cam's a clanker. All right, and Atlantis here turns on Superior Spider-Man, so that's nice. All right, Cam, I'm gonna need you to calm down, bud. Think we just kill Sage? I guess I could fire here and then kill Sage. I'm gonna snap Cam back. He owes me cubes. Infusion should double Sage before she triggers, I imagine, yeah? So this brings back Sage as a 12, who then triggers and goes up to 22. And then Elixir brings back a squirrel, and then Cam donates us 8 cubes. Thank you, Cam. Told you he owed me cubes and would come through.
Victory.
The squirrel did it. It really just like drove them out and away. Good clean curve here. Hunger indicated to superior. Oh, I finished an alliance mission. Good call. Oh, that's so rude. Hey, look, another reason to not play Phoenix Force, chat. Sad as it may be. Are we playing a mirror? I think we're playing a mirror. I think it's this. I think it's this. Definitely a mirror. Elixir is definitely like the best reanimator in this deck. I guess we do this, but I'm not really excited about it. Yes, Infusion double Sage before she reveals is correct. That was not we're forced to Mount Vesuvius Day. Did you check your new alts for Dagger / Bird? I don't think I looked at the ultimate variants. Did we get 2 new ones? I'm glad we still have missing entry still. Missing entry and I go way back. Go. It's a shame this draw is occurring against our AI overlord here. But it's still quite good. Oh, fantasy daggers finally out. Yeah, I've been waiting for that one for a while. Oh, come on, Ben. It's rude. Rude. Oh, Fantasy Mockingbird released today as well. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out. They can take quite a while to get though. My hand is just super awkward here. We're hoping to draw Zombie Giant Man next turn. Thoughts on Weapon X? Is he any good? I mean, it reads as very good. The amount of work you have to do to get double-digit points with it is pretty reasonable, I think. Is this crazy? Call me, baby. Like, obviously they're a bot, so like it mostly doesn't matter, but I think this is actually like a good line, right? It gives me what? Amass 8? And this also lets me do the trick where if I Venom Zombie Mr. Fantastic next turn, I can Elixir him back. Is a fun interaction. That being said, it's probably just Zombie Giant Man that left him play for all 3, yeah? The retreat later bots, they're so insulting. Retreat later bots are so annoying. All right. As always, I like to make sure adverts don't go over the top of gameplay because I think that's super obnoxious. So we're going to take a quick pause for the cause to let some ads roll over the top so we can pay some bills. When we get back, we're going to be snapping all afternoon. Don't go anywhere, chat. Appreciate everybody hanging out for our start of the new season. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, consider tapping the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Appreciate the folks that have done that already today. A lying polar bear. Thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Deck build for 30 seconds here. Knew we bought that Squirrel Girl variant for a reason. Is this the what's his name? Is that a Strange Supreme deck? It might be a Strange Supreme deck, unironically. Obviously doing death things, carnage things, maybe Venom. Moira's interesting, probably. Lady Deathstrike for the last one, perhaps? A little dash interaction. I want to play the Zombie Reanimator deck with the new card a little bit more, but something like this seems fine. Fire Hair. There aren't really any good Fire Hair targets in here. Thanos. Thanos might be a real answer, but I find Thanos pretty deeply boring to play because he makes your deck pretty inconsistent, which isn't fun when you're trying to play a new card. So. Or at least that's not fun for me. If it's fun for you, you knock yourself out. Ooh, piece of candy. Breno plays. Thank you for the 48 months, by the way. Cry Freedom, coming in hot for almost 2.5 years. Afternoon, folks. Happy Tuesday and New Season Day. Hey, it's the Kid Omega I wanted for Christmas. That's exciting. I think this is a human. Definitely a human. If I was playing for keeps and wanted to snap optimally, I would snap this turn. However, I just want to play my deck and not have my opponent retreat when I'm potentially doing a sweet thing. So I'm going to not snap because I don't want them to leave. But I like to call out for the viewers at home, the snapping function, you're supposed to do it before you reveal your big play to your opponent, which would be this turn for us. So this is the ideal turn to snap, in my opinion, before these cards would flip up. We'll activate Kid Omega. We'll have a massive zombie giant man. This'll trigger. We'll elixir back the giant man next turn. This is kind of exactly how we drew it up, what we want the deck to be doing. Now you're going to snap me. I'm going to snap you back. Let's play a game. They might be a Shadow King deck. I suppose if they have 2 Shadow Kings from the Moon Girl, they get us. But if they only have 1 Shadow King, we get to play for all 3 here. I guess I don't play for the center. Actually, I need to draw Adamantium Infusion to play for the center, yeah? Do you need space for this? Really? This needs 2 spots? No way. It doesn't banish until after the effect is done. Yeah, I guess that's true. Huh. I guess Phoenix Force would be better here, yeah? Well, we could lose the center plus lose to what's it called? 2 deaths on null. I think it's unlikely they have null. I think it's a good chance they have 2 deaths based on their stat. Misery mid. Misery gives me less power in the mid. It kills Zombie Mr. Fantastic and Sage. Okay, them playing for the left is good for us as local man about to be Shadow Kinged. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Hold on, I need to PayPal Jesus Lives really quick. Need to pause for a minute so I can send some PayPal. The snap was so confident. It was very confident. Dan is probably not a human. 63,000's close. That could be a human. One of those could go either way. Dan is not a human. You've gotta be forking shirting me right now. That is not how that is supposed to work. Holy Benjamin. Benjamin Broad. Do you see Second Dinner taking their hand and putting it directly in my pocket and taking my cubes? They're my cubes. It's just right. It just ain't right. And the audacity of this bot snapping me back. I ain't afraid of you, Dan. Come and get it. No, Misery does not kill this Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin has no text. How big is Sage? Big enough? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? Cool. All right. Don't you dare leave, Dan. Don't you dare. These are my cubes, Dan. Dan's about to Shang-Chi you, something like that. If you hover Sage over a location, it highlights the cards she will count. I will have to check that next game. I legitimately did not know that. That's good info to know. Thank you for your service, Dan. You shall be remembered. Look at all the 8-cubers. Some of them are even from people. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. We even drew the superior Spider-Man. What a tilter. Oh my gosh, and they're also a Horde deck. Alright, fine. Listen. The 3 people involved in every game of Marvel Snap. You, your opponent, and Ben Brode. Oh, they're Erishim. Even more of a reason to leave. Even more of a reason to leave, chat. Ain't nobody want to play games against Erishim. My life is short. Find joy. Find your joy, gamers. We just got 8 cubes from Dan. We could give one to Erishim to fuck off. Exactly. Exactly. Can we substitute Sage for Cassandra Nova? Are you asking that because you think Cassandra Nova is better than Sage? Because I just retreated against Erishim, or for some other reason altogether? Like, I didn't retreat against Erishim because our deck has a bad matchup against it. I retreated against Erishim because Erishim sucks shit to play against, and I almost always leave the match feeling frustrated. So giving them 1 cube to choose to be happy is a fantastic choice. Even if you have a card like Cassandra Nova in your deck, your Erishim opponent is still going to draw their Shadow King or some other randomly generated card that's going to fuck you some high amount of the time, and it's going to make you mad. So you should just give them 1 cube and go next. Like, I promise you, you'll be much happier just, like, going next. Second Misery, not particularly great. Ending that there is nice, but the rest of what we have going on is not amazing so far. Time Theater really kind of messes us up here.
I definitely need to change my underwear.
And they have Death's Domain. We're probably going next here. We're just giving away all Dan's Cube shit. Should we pop the Horde? I mean, the Venom also pops because of the Death's Domain. Am I still playing Pokemon TCG? Nope. We're pretty unlikely to win this, and my opponent's taking forever, so I'm gonna go next.
Escaped.
Pokemon TCG's gameplay and regular rampant power creep and lack of content updates all made me lose interest after the first year. The fact that Pokemon Pocket doesn't do anything other than release new cards for content, and they only release cards like every 6 to 8 weeks some of the time, just means it's not very engaging. It's so hard to play other card games after playing Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap really does just so much right. It's just, it's basically everything I've ever wanted in a card game. They do such a clean job of things. I think this is a bot, but I don't know that I can. This is definitely a bot. I don't know that I can stay with this.
Hands up.
I guess there's a world where the zombie lands left. Is this what the game? I think there's a chance this one's the game. Could die, but... Alright, we're dead. Can you believe Bones took my cubes, chat? That's so rude. This is so rude. Pain and suffering. All of Dan's cubes are spewing out of me. Can you get another Dan on demand? I truly don't understand how the bots work at the level that we're at, because, like, losing to a bot and then getting a human feels weird. Winning against Airship is like having a good dentist appointment. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Obviously, there are some exceptions to every rule. But if your dentist appointments aren't going well, a lot of the time, that's your fault. Brush and floss more regularly. I think I do this so I can top deck Zombie Giant Man. And if we brick on top decking Zombie Giant Man, we'll Venom this next turn. Should we cut Spider-Man and add Phoenix Force? That's an interesting question. Before, we didn't have a third Reanimate card. Perhaps it's something we want to consider. It's probably worth testing, to be honest. I guess putting Firehair and Kid Omega in the same path was maybe a mistake. Tech cards. All right, let's take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. I want to try Phoenix Force over Superior Spider-Man because I think testing the full 3 reanimates is a worthwhile endeavor. And then we'll play a set with that when we get back, and then we'll play some Weapon X after it. Don't go anywhere, gamers. We're playing a ton of Marvel Snap with the new season. Thanks for hanging out today. If you're watching this on YouTube right now and you're enjoying the content, make sure you tap the like button. Appreciate the folks that have done that already today. Three reanimates is Fire Lord Erasure. Fire Lord only does specific costs, yeah? So he cannot reanimate Zombie Giant Man. Chamber will probably be the last one we do today. I want to do this, and then I want to do Weapon X is my plan. Urban Mechanic, thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Did Weapon X ever get played? Gamers, the seasons have been going for less than an hour. It's our first deck. Calm. Calm. I promise we're going to get to all the new cards eventually. I saw a lot of people talking about how Black Friday broke some sales records this year. This is a wild stat. 95% of sales volume was financed for Black Friday, and 67% of that intends to not pay off within 30 days. I wonder how they measure this. It's got to be polling of some sort, yeah? So I imagine there's some inaccuracies, but if it's even close to this, 95% seems very... See, I don't think 95% seems... If anything, I think 95% seems low. The number that's high there is 67% doesn't plan to pay it off within 30 days. Because like if you're a reasonable adult who's responsible with money, you 100% should be putting basically everything you buy on a credit card in 2025 to get whatever nominal extra rewards you can. You should not be carrying a balance on your credit card. You absolutely should not be doing that. Like, don't pay interest. You pay your credit card off as a responsible adult. But like, all of your purchases should go on there. It's not even just about building credit score. It's just like whatever the rewards are that you're getting our free roll. Dan Casey, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I kinda want to just kill this and elixir it back. Oh, we should check Sage's glow. Yeah, that's true. I'm guessing Kid Omega is mandatory in this deck. He is, unfortunately, yeah. He allows for a lot of sequencing decisions that you wouldn't otherwise have access to. Those rewards exist because the number of people are keeping a balance versus not. Yeah, I mean, that's not strictly true. You're right that part of the reason those rewards exist is because it's like a mobile game gotcha style thing, only in a credit card, right? Like, the reward for spending on a credit card is to entice people who are bad with their money to spend money that they don't have, the same way loot boxes in games like this do. And that's something I've talked about a ton, right? Is people always act like mobile games invented these predatory monetization structures, but in reality, like, those predatory monetization structures have existed basically everywhere else for forever. But the rewards you get for spending on a credit card are generally speaking covered by the fees that the companies pay to take the credit card, right? Like, every time someone takes a charge from a Visa, MasterCard, or Discover, or whatever, they get money out of that. Like, that's how that works. Mando not giving us the cubes. Are you saying the candy in the checkout aisle is not for my benefit? Listen, chat. My wife and I took the kids on a trip this past weekend. I walked into the convenience store, and the bottles of iced tea were $3 for 1, or 2 for 5, or 3 for $7. And I'm not a sucker. I know a deal when I see one. And so even though I only needed to drink 1 bottle of iced tea while I was on the drive, you best believe I bought 3 of them, because I wasn't about to let a deal pass me by. I would have been losing money not to buy 3 of them. Max, it's free real estate. Yep. It's just literally just like all of these things. Like, these games perfected the predatory monetization to a degree, but like all of these different systems are like, these systems have all existed for so long. Like, they didn't originate here. Not at all. Yes, that is exactly correct. That is why most credit cards offer 0% financing to start, because they expect people to lose track and spend money they don't have. It is a predatory gotcha style goal system for the credit card company. Are games just the most obvious type one? I think it's not that games are the most obvious so much as it's games are kind of the newest way that this gets done, and thus people are more acutely aware of it, is what I would say. I would snap here, but I don't want to chase them out. Games don't require you to be 18. The candy aisle at the checkout stand doesn't require you to be 18. Buying 3 iced teas for $7 doesn't require you to be 18. Buying a pack of Pokemon cards at the toy store doesn't require you to be 18. Don't you dare act like we restrict the gambling predatory monetization behind some type of age barrier, because we absolutely do not. You want a hot take, chat? Freaking Pokemon cards should say 18 plus on them and be restricted in purchases because they're gambling. Thanks for the cannonball, gamer. Appreciate you. Okay, so Elixir only brings back the card I reanimated last turn. So he's going to bring back Zombie Giant Man. And then Adamantium Infusion will bring back something that was destroyed at any point with double power. So it'll bring back Zombie Mr. Fantastic here. So we got to do it in... And I have to do it in this order, because otherwise this brings back Zombie Giant Man and then Elixir brings back nothing. Can we Venom the Elixir? Oh, is that better with the fire hair? Oh, that is better with the fire hair. God damn it, it was one more cube, opponent. Why wouldn't you let me play my game? Why wouldn't you let me play my game? Yeah, it's definitely Elixir Venom, right? No, that doesn't work. Elixir Venom doesn't work, because I wouldn't, well, I guess we'd Zombie Giant Man again. Would that be best? Yeah, I guess it would give me 4 here, and it would give me another Giant Man trigger here, and I get the Giant Man in the middle. Yeah, I guess that's probably fine. Yeah, that's true too, Mr. Krail. Even clipping coupons is a game like that to a degree. Should I donate to Marvel Snap or no? You're not donating money to Marvel Snap. You're buying digital goods for real money. Marvel Snap is so greedy, isn't it? No. Get some help. Stop reading Reddit. It'll fry your brain, that Reddit, gamers. Don't do it. Don't do it. Armor. That's so rude. Kind of don't have a great play this turn. Marvel Snap definitely isn't cheap. Listen, I know it's deeply unpopular for me to bring up reality when I talk about mobile game monetization, but I think there's actually a compelling argument that Marvel Snap's actually a pretty cheap game when you could spend like 15 bucks a month and have pretty much all the game pieces. I get that when people are like, it's not cheap, that what you actually mean is it's not free, and it's not free. You're definitely right that it's not free. But the price point to have all of the game pieces in Marvel Snap, a game that regularly gets content updates that you can play for hundreds of hours, even in a month sometimes, is like... Cosno. Ongoing's probably a really good anti-meta deck at the moment, huh? So this would give me 10 here, and Spectrum's 9 if they move the shield. They can't Spectrum here. I think this is fine. At least like an Iron Man, I guess. I think mobile games are very expensive compared to other PC games where you could also spend hundreds of hours for a fraction of the price. I think people are also really cheap when it comes to PC games because you hear people rioting about games that cost... you want to know why there's so many free-to-play games? You want to know why there's so many free-to-play games that are too expensive? Is because if they try and charge more money for regular full-price one-time games, people also lose their fucking minds. Like, look at how many people complain about the idea that a one-time fee game could be $100. And then compare it to like what games cost when I was a child 30 years ago, and then compare it to what inflation's done over that time period. Like these games with these models that people complain about being too expensive are make more money. Yeah. I don't know. As someone who's experienced Pokemon Pocket and Hearthstone and Shadowverse and like all these other Magic Arena, all these other games, the amount of dollars I have to spend to keep up with Marvel Snap in proportion to get literally everything is less than any other card game I've ever played. I see you switched up. From your gold backs. Why did you change using gold backs? The reason why I'm not using gold backs anymore is because the thing that's actually expensive in Marvel Snap is buying the cosmetics. It costs like 150 to 200 bucks per card to get gold on them right away. It's very expensive. Something Silk Song is 20 bucks. I'm glad other people enjoy games like Silk Song and you should find your joy, but genuinely, I wouldn't get almost any hours out of a game like Silk Song. I got a lot of hours out of a game like Witcher 3 or Horizon Zero Dawn. But even those games, the ratio of hours spent to amount of dollars they go into them still really aren't that different than a game like Marvel Snap, where I've spent thousands of dollars, but also spent thousands of hours. What about Hades 1 or Hades 2? I played Hades 1 and I escaped from hell one time and that was it. I was done. It wasn't fun for me anymore. I did not have a desire to sit there and continue grinding. That wasn't fun for me. And again, if it's fun for you, like, more power to you. This is a bot, so we should be okay to stay here. And at that rate, you might as well just say, well, a chess set is relatively free, or a deck of playing cards you can play poker with forever.
Victory.
Stuff like that, right? Or like, for instance, my wife and I bought Split Fiction on the PlayStation sale that's going on right now for $40, and we're probably gonna enjoy that a lot. But like, what's the Split Fiction playthrough time? Split Fiction playtime. Main story takes 12 to 14 hours, and achievements can make it take about 16. Sure. So like that, right? Like $40 for a one-time game, but it's gonna get 15 hours out of it. That's still a few bucks per hour. And when I math, what's here you go. I'm gonna put a real number here real quick. Like lifetime, I have streamed 4,600 hours of Snap. And let's say on average off stream, I've played, let's just round to 5K for easy access. Let's say I've played 5,000 hours of Marvel Snap lifetime. I've spent an incredible amount of money on Marvel. I've spent way more money on Marvel Snap than most people. I've spent upwards of 30,000 USD on Marvel Snap. And what? That's $6 an hour? $6 an hour? And I've spent way more than most people ever will, right? Like, TJ, thank you for the 17 months. There are plenty of people who have spent significantly less than that. I think it's so fucking funny that you just told me I made a false equivalence because it's my job. There's people out there that don't play thousands of hours of this game without it being their job. That's so funny. And you're right. If it wasn't my job, I'd have spent. You want to take? If this game wasn't my job, the ratio of time spent playing it to money spent would be lower. I only spent $30,000 on this game because Twitch chat was helping me fund it. Twitch chat was like, donate to get this bundle, Jeff. Donate to split this card, Jeff. If I had a quarter of those hours because it wasn't my job, I probably would have spent a tenth of that. Or less. And my ratio of what I spent per hour would have been way less. So you're right. That's a false equivalence because it's my job. I've spent way more per hour. But that's not what you were getting at. You were implying the opposite. And you're wrong. God, the confidence with which gamers will come in and say shit like that. So funny. This deck was fun. Adamantium Infusion adds a nice element of extra consistency here. And it is worth noting that it was awkward at several points that this needs 2 slots in order for it to reanimate something. When we first looked at this card, I was like, okay, Phoenix Force is just done, right? But this can bring back a card in one space on the board. And in my deck that's doing zombie Scarlet Witch stuff, that's really relevant because her lane is often very full. Very, very, very full.